So greetings, what's going on? It's Mike from livemyassoff.com, and I'm here in Jomtien. I'm actually physically inside of a fountain that used to be a fountain that is no longer a fountain. But I wanted to hang out here because it's actually kind of cool looking. I'm right at the corner of where the song cows come in from Pattaya, if you're familiar with the route that they take, and then they come down and they basically end up on Pattaya Beach Road, which is just over here. So I just wanted to check in from here and give you an update on sort of what's going on. So I tried a live stream the other day, and that seemed to work out okay in the sense that the technology is available from my $160 laptop, which is cool. And approximately I think I had about a 5 to 6 megabit per second stream. And watching it back, it seemed to be it seemed to be okay. What was not okay was the quality of the video based on the camera that is inside of my laptop, as well as the quality of the audio was not stellar, although that was definitely passable. But again, it's this $160 laptop, and so I'm going to be upgrading a little bit at actually very little cost. I was over at what's called IT Mall here in Pattaya on Pattaya South Road. And I'm going to go over there again today and hopefully get another USB camera. So anyway, because what I really enjoyed about it was the ability to sort of interact with you guys live, and that was great. Now the timing, of course, I'll still need to figure out, and I'm going to try a few different times based on time zone. It seemed like a lot of my viewers or subscribers are from the US, and that's understandable. Although I do have definitely some folks that are over here in Thailand already, meaning some of you are thinking about coming over here and retiring. Some of you won't ever do that, and they're just sort of, oh yeah, I wonder what's going on in Thailand. You watch the videos. But so there's sort of two groups, right? There's the ones that are actually in my time zone, and then there's the ones that are back in the US time zone. So for example, my folks, they're on the east coast of the US, and so therefore it's literally the other side of the world because it's 12 hours. So when it's about 7 a.m. here, it's 7 p.m. there, so that's fairly reasonable, which is then 4 p.m. in the West Coast. So most folks are either getting or off work, and so they can have the opportunity to watch live, which again, it's not so much for the video, but also for my selfish desire to be able to interact with you guys and maybe answer some questions. So that's really cool from my perspective. So I'm going to be trying to figure out a solution for that. The other thing is that I'm down here in Pattaya because I'm between condos, and when I go back to Bangkok, then I'll be in the new condo that Gracie and I have a 1-year lease on, and so that's going to be a great base of operation, if you will, for here in Southeast Asia, because from Bangkok, I mean, you can pretty much get to, or I can certainly pretty much get to everywhere I want to go, which is back to see Gracie in our house that we have in the Philippines, see her family. For Gracie and I to travel throughout the Philippines. Gracie, it's very easy for her actually to get here. It's very easy for her to get from Manila to here. It's a challenge sometimes and a bit of a delay for her to get from where we have our house in Hamandan, where her family is in Hamandan, up to Manila, because she's got to basically take a jeepney or a bus or van or something from Hamandan up to Kalibo, which is sort of, the place that's synonymous with getting to Katiklan, synonymous with getting to Boracay, and then from there up to Manila, and then from Manila over to Bangkok. So for her, it's not horrible, but once she gets to Manila, it's pretty straightforward. And then once, in and out of Suvarnabhumi Airport is really easy. So that'll be good for us there. The other thing is I'm just down here, I'm hanging out with a buddy and just kind of catching up with him. He's a buddy that I know from California, and basically he and I spend the majority of our time catching up and hanging out. When he's over here in Thailand, I'm over here in Thailand, and then we sort of like meet in Pattaya. Because for the most part he comes over here and he stays in Pattaya. In a building very similar to this one, he stays at Vicule 6 in Pattaya. So, other than that, what I've been up to. So, for the most part, I'm working on a project that involves a startup that me and my buddy Ed from California, San Diego, who I've known for about 7 years, are embarking on. We're in stealth mode. It's just the reality that we have a company that just started that has new technology. We haven't formed the proper legal paperwork to get the patent associated with the IP. And so the reality is that if we want to get this company off the ground and get funding for it, then no one's going to give us any money if we have a technology that everyone can already either duplicate, knows about. We have to be individual, as you might guess. So therefore, the discussions around it involve NDAs, yada, yada, yada. So anyway, it's a technology that I believe, as does he, will make the world a safer place, is the short answer. It's an app that we believe that everyone who has a smartphone in the world should and will download eventually, in the sense that the majority of the world knows about and or has downloaded WhatsApp or WeChat or that sort of thing. They're ubiquitous. They add value to people's lives, and so we believe ours is going to do that too, truthfully. And humbly, I also believe that it's going to make people feel safer globally. So it's a really great opportunity. And of course, my goal was to come over here and retire and not work. But for the most part, again, it's not work if you enjoy what you're doing, right? And that's what I get to do right now, as I get to use my brain. And at the end of the day, I'm certainly not getting any pay. I'm not getting any payment for this, any financial payment. I'm getting emotional payment, and I get to use my brain cells, and so that's nice too. So I'm working on that. Gracie and I have some plans to do some traveling, for sure. When she gets back here in the end of February, like the last few days in February, we'll be in Bangkok for a little bit because we have our new condo. And then in March, we're probably going to travel throughout Thailand for a little bit. I definitely want to get back to Prachuap Khiri and down to Ao Manao Beach. I loved it there, and we only spent several hours there just walking around. So I definitely want to go down there and hang out there for the whole day, as well as both of those sort of like horseshoe beaches that I took, horseshoe-shaped beaches that I took some videos from, and I think you guys have seen those videos too. So that's going to be definitely on the agenda for other parts of Thailand to check out. And then, and again, that's sort of like, on the west side, right? Side of the Gulf of Thailand. So, but from here, I still have, 3 weeks basically before Gracie gets back. So I'm going to be back down in Pattaya for our conference, February 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. So if any of you are watching this and any of you are near or around Pattaya, let me know. If any of you are near or around Bangkok, let me know. Or if any of you are near or around Cha Am or Hua Hin or Prachuap Khiri, let me know. Because I ran into one of you down in PKK, and that was awesome. So that was a real honor to meet one of my subscribers. That was really cool. And great guy, by the way, so pleasure, Mike. What else? So as far as that goes, the rest of the year, I'm trying to think like, what is that going to bring? And, well, I hope it brings happiness, but it's definitely going to bring some travel. Gracie and I will go home over the summer, meaning we'll go back to Boston. The reason I refer to that as home, it is my legal home in the U.S. For now, but it also is where I grew up, right? So it's basically home. Even though when I was in San Diego, that was sort of home, but that's no longer home. I mean, I really left my home. So that's going to be basically what we do through the summer. And then after sort of August, I shared a little bit that like, late July or mid-July to mid-August, I really would like to do maybe a cross-country road trip in the United States, because Gracie, I think, will really like that. And then after that, in the fall, then probably we will check out Vietnam. I really want to check out Vietnam. I want to check out Da Nang before December, because we went to Da Nang around Christmas time one time, December like late December, because we were going to spend New Year's there. And the weather was horrible. It was like 60 degrees, and it was gray, and it was overcast, and it was drizzly, and I was like, oh my God, it's like June gloom in San Diego. This is exactly why I left San Diego. Because June gloom doesn't just last through June. There's May gray, there's June gloom, and then finally, like by the beginning of July, as far as I'm concerned, San Diego gets to be that perfect weather that everyone claims is what it is. So anyway, Well, that's sort of the plan for the year. So I'm honored that you guys follow our travels here on the channel. And stay tuned for some live updates. Stay tuned for some live streams. If you have anything that you want me to check out while I'm over here, I'd love to do it, because I make plans throughout the day, but always having a sort of destination and a goal, and if I could do it to provide help for others, I'd be honored. That would be great. So it's Mike from LiveMyAssOff.com saying I hope you're living the dream, because if you are not living the dream, you may not have checked out Jomtien, and you may have never sat in a fountain that is no longer a fountain and enjoyed the beauty around you. So take care. Ciao.